Hi folks, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon, and welcome to this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion. This is a special edition, and we're going to take a few minutes and talk to Broken Arrow Mayor Craig Thurmond about the 2018 General Obligation Bond Package Initiative. Mayor, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
I'm going to ask the Mayor to update us on the General Obligation Bond Package Initiative. Last Saturday, the City Council held a special work session to kick that planning process off. Mayor, how'd the session go?
I think the session went great. As you know, we met from 9 a.m. to a little bit after 1 p.m., so we had a very good session. We were able to discuss all the items. We also discussed the whole package, the whole $285 million package, which is roads, quality of life, public safety, all those issues. And there was a lot of questions from the council, and we had good input from staff, so we were pretty excited about what we were able to learn.
Mayor, let me ask you this. The citizens recently responded to a survey outlining their top priorities for the community. Did the City Council talk anything about the survey and some of the initiatives that were included by the residents?
We did talk about that. We even had some residents there that brought things up that was on the survey. We were really very happy with the survey. It really showed how we are being successful in a lot of our challenges. So we did have a lot of discussion about the survey and how that applied to the bond package. So we'll use that survey as a tool to help us with deciding what we're going to pare the package down to.
Now, you talked about the fact that the City Council looked at $285 million worth of potential projects or initiatives. Now, obviously, that's probably more than the city can really afford to bond for right now. And so what were the discussions about the package and maybe a number as well as the years of issuance?
Well, we did talk about how long we need to issue this bond for, what we can afford, what the citizens can afford, because we want to pass a bond issue without raising taxes. That's so important and has something that we've always done, and we want to continue to do that. So we talked about whether it's a 7-year bond, a 10-year bond. We also talked about the amount, the $285 million we cannot cover even in a 10-year bond, so that without raising taxes, and it's so important that we don't. So that discussion went very well.
Okay, so did the City Council decide on a tentative date for the election?
The City Council did decide that August 28th we'll do the election. So the staff is able to back into that and look at when we're going to have our meetings, as far as when we can meet with the public to get their input on what they want to support. And we're also able to figure out which dates and what we need to have done. So having a bond date, I think, of August 28th is a very good date. It'll work out for us, and that's the state, as everyone, or as a lot of people know, the state does limit certain dates during a general election year when we can have them, and the 28th was one of the dates that was available to us.
Okay, so obviously transparency and public input is very important to the City Council administration. So what's the next step in the process?
Well, I think that is very important, and discussing the items and all the different issues is very important, and the citizens' input. And we'll have an opportunity. We have 3 meetings scheduled, and those meetings are scheduled for February 22nd at South BA Baptist Church. We have one February 22nd at Battle Creek Golf Club, and the last one will be February 27th at Forest Ridge Golf Club. And that way, the citizens throughout the whole area can come in, and all of our community will have an opportunity to go to a certain location that's close to them and give their input on what they'd like to see happen and what they support in the bond issue.
So the citizens are going to come out at least 3 times. We're going to hear what they have to say and about what the priorities are. So what would be the next step after we have the public forums, Mayor?
Well, I think at that point we'll start looking at how we're going to pare this down, how we're going to make this work and be able to get enough, have enough time as far as the bonds being let, and also what amount. Of course, all the projects, the whole $285 million, were very needed in our community. So it's going to be a tough decision to decide. But with staff's help, I think the City Council will pare it down to a number that we can afford to do. So that's where we're going with it.
Well, I was very excited. The conversation went well, and I was especially pleased with the discussion that we had about the citizen survey and the fact that a lot of the projects that the public felt were important have been incorporated into the initial package that we're going to be considering. So, Mayor, that's it. Anything else you want to add before we finish up?
I do think with the survey we have a head start. So that does help us a lot. The fact that we have a head start with the survey and so many citizens responded, we were happy with that. So now we have some idea of what they would like to see in our community. And that also helped staff come up with the $285 million worth of projects. So I'm excited about it. I think it's a great opportunity for our community to continue Broken Arrow moving forward.
I absolutely agree. I'd like to thank Broken Arrow Mayor Craig Thurmond for coming out today to give us an update on the 2018 GO bond package. We'll keep the community focused and informed on what's going on. That's it for this edition, or special edition of Broken Arrow in Motion. Until then, take care, and I hope to see you around town.